heroes in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had its share of fights, it's had its share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. But to most, something about it still feels holy. Glad to have you along from Rice-Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. It's the BYU Cougars and the Utah Utes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
Okay, Holly, I know you're out in the elements. Keep an eye on that. He'll bring it out. It's Bachmeier. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They think there's room to run to the right here. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The play fake. With the catch, it's Phillips. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. The Cougars right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Quick give. It's Martin. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
Under pressure. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. There he goes. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Johnson looking to throw. Short pass. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down.
Ready. Blue 22.
He's going to throw it again. He's got it. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Fresh center downs going to the air. Looking down the middle. Throw toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. He threw a pick on the initial drive, but they have it back, and we're still looking for our first points of the game. And the pass falls harmlessly to the ground. We'll see if the laundry is as harmless. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield, it's Bachmeier. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch, it's Bachmeier. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
All right, and it all starts with a big bear. I mean, first of all, when your name is Bear, you're cooler than everyone else. But when you saw him come in as a freshman a year ago, big, strong, everybody debated his weight. Is he 220? Is he 230? Probably closer to 250. And
oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, Cougars! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you...
Gashing the knee on the right. That's the 40. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Johnson wants to throw it. Got his man. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he makes the extra point.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Bachmeier. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Can hold on in the face of the contact. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is historic, and every year, David, it's an incredible football game.
And I love what Reese said, too, though. They've changed conferences. They've been independent. Whatever it takes, they want to play each other because they want the bragging rights in the state of Utah because it means a heck of a lot.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Hits inside. It's Martin. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
Well, BYU is a team that made it to the Big 12 title game a year ago. A big part of it was L.J. Martin and their ability running the football, but also what he was able to do catching it as well. Bachmeier back at quarterback, so this offense really expects to take the next step. But L.J. Martin, David, probably one of the better running backs in the country that maybe a lot of college football fans outside of the Big 12 don't really know about.
Yeah, I mean, he could catch it, he could make you miss, he could run you over. The injuries slowed him down a little bit a year ago. But another year of experience with Bear in the backfield, and that is a big Bear. That is a large Bear that can also run the football. Could be a great 1-2 punch that makes you pack a lunch and tackle some grown men for 60 minutes.
And the Cougars look to keep this drive humming. They'll run it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
This quarterback, part of their running game. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Johnson looking to throw. Firing to the right, complete. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the 2nd quarter. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Handoff for Parker. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And how about that, guys? Like, make no bones about it. Bring in the big bodies, goal line personnel. Like, we're going to pound you right between the eyeballs. Sometimes people get aggressive on 2nd and short and take shots. This offense said, no, we want to get the 1st down, and we want to get it now.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Second down, going to throw it. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And this guy stood in the pocket, and he took one right in the kisser and still delivered the ball.
Showed you his toughness there, Reese, didn't he? And he still had to be accurate with that throw because that was man coverage. He really had to do a good job making sure that football was put on his target.
3rd and long right here. Johnson wants to throw it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Utes send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
And it's a great punt. Obviously, he gives himself time to let his guys get down the field, get in position. Remember, don't let that thing cross the goal line. Try to keep it inside the 10. Nice job down on the football, setting your defense up for great field position.
How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. Gets open down the middle.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. A strike downfield. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got it in the middle, it's Bachmeier. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll try the left side. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Bachmeier. On target. To the 10. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. On 1st and goal, let's see if BYU can score here. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Cougars! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that bop.
He's loose on the right. Inside the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Utes. Extra point here will tie the game. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting him.
And he's not going to take the touchback. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Scanning the field, it's Bachmeier. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
Second and long here. He's looking to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Another incompletion on third down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Changing the routes with his receiver. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Fires quickly. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Utah now calls a timeout. They'll have one left. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pulls it in. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Now the Utes take a timeout, and they don't have any more left. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They'll try to get it through the air. Makes the grab. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Fights off a defender. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Snap on first down, wants to throw. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Interesting first half, fellas, and an eye-opening day here in Week 10 on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with a look at Kansas, taking on the number 22 team, the Kentucky Wildcats.
He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28.
And it's the Jayhawks, able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. This ball club now stands at 7 wins.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Hits the hole. It's Martin. He's past the sticks. Turning it on. Touchdown, Cougars. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Johnson wants to throw it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Powers through the defender. Oh, he's got some space.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the second level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
Could be an alley. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Pushes ahead. Can't get him to the ground. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in 3rd and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Shades of the Lavelle Edwards era as BYU is flexing its muscle and building a lead.
Jim McMahon is smiling somewhere. BYU and the explosive plays offensively, that's why they're lighting up this scoreboard, David.
Yeah, and the Cougars always dominate the line of scrimmage. You can always count on that. But listen, in this matchup with Utah, you usually don't see Utah get dominated up front. BYU bringing that physicality.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's got a lot of confidence to bring that ball out of the end zone, but it didn't work out this time, out of bounds at the 16. So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Quarterback changing the play. Johnson looking to throw. Lets it fly. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Man, this defense has just been all over these receivers all game long. They've made it so hard on this passing attack to find easy completions. There's a deep shot down the field. 2 guys go up for it, and the defense wins again. That's why they're winning this game late.
He's not afraid to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in at the 25. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. He's brought down, couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the eye.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, this offense has been having its way all day long with this defense, but finally the defense creates a negative play. Let's see if that now gives them a little more confidence to get back in this game.
Here comes the Heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Some days just aren't your day, and he's already made 2 big mistakes in this ball game with the interceptions, and he almost threw a third. This quarterback's really got to dial in, get focused, get his feet set, and make good deliveries of the football to his wide receivers.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Long way to go on 2nd down. Johnson wants to throw it. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Breaks into the open. A really good return after the interception puts them in business at the 29. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. First play of this drive. He'll pull it down and run. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. The Utes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So 1st down will open up the final period.
Down. Ready. Blue 22. Blue.
Johnson looking to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Enough to move the chains. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, BYU! And the stomping has commenced. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it's...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Here's a gift to Parker. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. Hauls it in at the 40. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt it.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Johnson wants to throw it. He uncorks one deep. Upstairs, he's got it. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a 1st down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. He wants it all. Knocked away, incomplete, and quarters get tight in the red zone.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Flying down the left side. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Cougars! The defense takes matters into its own hands. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Johnson looking to throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Caught it Simmons. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.